You're live. Welcome back to the 406 Budcast, guys.
Antenna vibes under the big sky. 406 Budcast gonna get you high. Adam and Tanaki and Nate bringing the heat. No time to wait. From the mountains to the plains, let's working out, break your chains. Every topic, every strain in this cannabis domain. 406 Budcast, let's celebrate. Rolling up, it's time to celebrate. Adam and Tanaki and Nate and Montana, we dominate. From the soul of the Billings, we're on the map. Lighting up the scene, ain't no cap. Hip-hop beats in the background as we drop knowledge profound. From CBD to THC, we're breaking down the chemistry in this podcast symphony. Come join our TC.
We're going with weed words today, guys. I was going to hit the stupid button pretty hard on the words today, too.
I think it was that pregame stupid button. The blinkers, the triple blinker. The triple blinker trying to get it for you. Yeah. So, we've got some awesome topics we're going to be covering. Over that video on Northwest Bail Bonds.
Money's tight and time don't wait. Need a break from this closed gate. Hands are bound but dreams are free. Northwest boys got the key. They ride hard in the dead of night. Chasing shadows ain't no light. For freedom's called to fight the fight. Bail bonds, trust them, it's alright. Freedom's what they're after. Risk both blood and laughter. Running wild on the go. Northwest bail bonds break the flow. Bounty hunt in rain or shine. Every crook they toe the line. Justice served, no deny. Northwest team, they don't lie. Feel a rush, heartbeat fast. Free and found, peace at last. On the chase to break of dawn. Northwest heroes moving on. Chains can't hold when they step in. Eyes on the prize, that final win. Break the bars, let the light in. Northwest team, make sure you grin. Northwest team, make sure you grin.
Alright, so we are back with Joel and Lewis.
there's one down at the bottom of the screen. That
Oh no,
says,
that's on the secondary computers. That's for the.
This is not the training computer.
okay.
Well, shit, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, there you go.
There we go. We got it. All right. And let us know if you can hear us now, guys. Apparently, we had a little hiccup. At least we got some practice in.
Right.
We got that blooper right out of the way.
All right.
Thanks for the feedback, folks. Everybody in the chat, see you out there. Irene, a couple other people out there.
Well, damn, dude.
Yeah.
See, that triple blinker was probably not the best idea before we started. You know, I mean, I plead the fifth, but I'm just saying, you know, yeah, shit happens. And I mean, we are a cannabis podcast, so we're a little fucking thrown off.
We really appreciate the help.
So should we run it from the top or should we just
Appreciate
flow
the
with
feedback.
it?
You know, I think we could just roll with it. I mean,
Yeah.
Joel did a pretty good job of introducing real quick. You know, I mean, I think he threw down a pretty good description of what he had, and I think he could go over it real quick again. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on, man.
So we started 9 months ago, started writing bail, you know, started small, real small, you know what I mean? And then started taking off, and Lewis and I had actually met. We'd actually worked for like separate complete companies in different places with different people. And I actually ran into Lewis one night and I was like, hey man, like I knew he was passionate about bail bonds, and I was like, hey dude, like, do you want a job? And he was like, heck yeah. You know what I mean? Like right away, there was no denying that he was like, hey, I'm in, you know what I mean? And Lewis, you know, same thing. It started kind of small for him, and now it's starting to like get big for him. And now he's starting to see the fruits of his labor also taking off too, and being able to help and serve people in our community, being able to give back to certain places and stuff like that. So
you guys, you know, talk about serving the community and stuff like that. I know that a lot of people look at bail bondsmen and they just see somebody who's going out there bailing out criminals and stuff. But you guys go a little bit further than that. I know you and I were talking last week, and you were talking about what you do to go above and beyond to make sure your people are trying to, you know, meet that successful point in life.
Right. Right.
So can you go over a little bit of that with us?
So, excuse me. So I'd say, for example, today, actually, we had a bail defendant that he knows he has a warrant, right? We've addressed him on it. He knows, and we've had that conversation, but he has struggled with getting back into court because he's afraid because he doesn't have a driver's license, right? And that's been the issue. Lewis, actually, we don't have to justice court. It's funny. The warrants actually started out, what, $85?
Yep.
$85 turned into a $30,000 warrant, you know.
Smokes.
And you know, and so he was stressing, and he's like, man, I don't have the $39 or whatever to get a driver's license, and like, you know, kind of messed around with us. And then showed up today at the DMV Express, and I was like, hey man, dude, like, I'm really gonna throw it. I'm like, I'm not gonna show up wearing my bulletproof vest or any of that stuff to arrest you. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a fair opportunity, you know what I mean, to take care of this like a man, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, where, you know, it's like we give back, and I know it's small, and people are like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, we're human beings, and sometimes people just need help, dude. So, you know,
definitely.
And, you know, there's other ways where we also will donate money to, there's a guy in Crow. I don't want to say his name online, you know, 'cause I'm not sure if he is, but we actually donate money to him so that kids in Crow and like Hardin can actually watch movies on a Friday night and like feed them pizzas and pop and stuff like that. And, you know, being around Crow and stuff like that, like I've seen like how it is, and you know, like you start to fall in love with the people that are out there, and like you find a way to serve them because, you know, like they come from a different place and so do you, and like at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yes.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
So you go also like give your people that are under your bond calls, make sure they get to court, make sure they're getting there on time. It's not just, you know, hey, screw you.
Well, we give them rides if they need it.
You give them rides if they need it. I mean, So
we extend that offer because I'm like, a lot of times you're like, man, like, get me to court and try to give you the excuse. I'm like, hey man, I got 2 vehicles. You know what I mean? And so, and Lou's got a car too. Like, we'll pick you up. It's free. You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, we don't need to charge people to take them and help people either. You know what I mean? Like, it's helping them get through a stressful time in their life. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and if you've experienced trouble or times in the law where you've ever been in trouble, then you know you need help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
and that's also helping the criminal justice system move sort of more efficiently, making sure that, you know, the defendants are getting there on time, getting the court system utilized in the most appropriate manner as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
While you're talking about things you do with like your clients, well, certain clients and things like that, man, plug that Bible study, bro.
Oh man, actually we do. And I had really felt, you know, my faith is a huge part of like who I am as like a person, individual, and like to, you know, compassion to Christ. Like Christ wasn't a person, you know, and I know this is weird, we're saying this on this podcast, but you know, speaking from the heart and speaking truth, you know, like it's who he was, dude. Like he did not care who you were. You know what I mean? Like he said, come as you are, You know what I mean? Like
hung out
Psalms 145 verse 9, it says the Lord is good to all. Like, how can you misplace that?
Right.
Definitely hung out
You
with
know what I
sinners
mean?
and prostitutes. So
Yeah, so we really try to help people and like bring them to Bible study. And we had brought like 4 or 5 people to Bible study. And I actually had a guy reach out the other day that just younger kid, kind of been in trouble. You know what I mean? And I understand him because I was a young kid at one time too, causing trouble and, you know, getting in trouble, you know? So I'm like, it's to fight from that standpoint. And, you know, he hit me up on Tuesday and he was like, hey man, he's like, I'd like to go to Bible study before I go to treatment. I'll go to these next 3 before I take off to treatment. And I'm like, man, like, if that's not God, I don't know what is. So it's just like that too, because it changes people. You know what I mean? Being around other people who are lifting up your spirits and encouraging, you know what I mean? So
definitely. So, you know, how has your business shifted a little bit with the cannabis legalization and stuff like that? Are you seeing a lot less people going back into jail?
A lot less, honestly. Like I can't honestly say that I've ever written a bond for anybody that's been in trouble with marijuana. I mean, maybe a DUI, but I'm like, other than that, I've not really seen anything related to marijuana regarding bail bonds, just because I'm like, I don't really feel like those are our typical customers or clients, people like that. Like they're getting in trouble. It's just not happening.
Sure.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've had a few that were originally in trouble for the marijuana, and then it passed.
Yeah.
And they were just their cases were just let go.
And never been in trouble again.
No, never saw him again. See
Yeah.
him on the street at the burger night. They're like, hey man, you know, they're like the guy walking down the street like, hey man,
Good to see you.
yeah, good to
Bye-bye,
see you.
bro.
Yeah, he's like, I appreciate you. So, yeah, exactly.
Right. I mean, the burger dive's not a bad place, though. They
No,
got some pretty
honestly,
good food
throwing the
over
burger
there.
dive out there. If anybody wants a good burger, honestly, it's the burger dive. Honestly, shout out Brendan Halston.
And they,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, they've helped the community as well, dude. When we were doing some work with Ryan over at that one place,
Mhm.
doing like meals with the mafia and feeding the homeless and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. Burger Dive jumped in and donated a couple hundred burgers a few different times, dude. They
Right.
just threw them in there and just yeah.
They're definitely good people down there.
Mhm, for
Support
sure.
the community for sure. They do a lot with the downtown business improvement district and a lot of other things throughout the community.
Right.
So, I mean, what do you guys see as far as, you know, policy decisions that you would love to, you know, see as far as bail bonds, what's going on? Obviously, there's a lot of talk surrounding no bond,
No bond.
kind of a situation, which we've seen
Yeah.
the epic disaster that has caused in all kinds of
and the
communities around the
increase in
country.
crime, and you know, looking at other states like Illinois or places like that where they're just released on a personal recognizant bond. You know what I mean? Like the accountability, which I mean, whether you meet us, I mean, we're the kind of company that will give you accountability. Like we're not just gonna be like, hey man, bond you out, good luck, have a nice day. You know what I mean? Like we kind of run it almost like pre-trial services and a little bit of probation. You know what I mean? Because we've seen how those guys run it, and I'm like working at Friedel and stuff like that. That kind of helped me and whatnot too. So, yeah.
There we go.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good night, dude. I'm not gonna
There's a
lie.
lot of policy that's
The
already
warm up was really good.
Right.
We're getting
What's that?
into
I'm
some
sorry.
things.
There's a lot of policy that's already changed within bail bonds.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a lot. So again, to back, I guess, on that topic, now that I'm remembering that question,
No
a
worries.
lot of stuff has actually changed in bail bonds within the last, what would you say, like last probably 24 months. I had a guy that I used to work for that basically they had a shooting that actually occurred in Butte where
Okay.
basically both of these people were sentenced to prison.
Wow.
And it was, I think it was
So the
6
bondsman was
yeah, the bondsman was also sentenced with the defendant because he'd brought the defendant on a bounty hunt, which is bad idea, right? You know what I mean? Like that's not your typical good idea. You know what I mean? So, and it was a result in somebody dying. So the laws and policies and regulations regarding bail bonds has significantly increased and changed, where they are asking everybody to have a surety license. They are asking everybody to be bonded. They're asking for people to basically get qualified on weapons. If you are a bail bondsman, less lethal, how to deal with people who are intoxicated, with people with mental illnesses. They now have us writing reports and stuff like that when we're detaining or arresting defendants and sending them back to jail. So, I mean, it's like now you're really seeing like how things are done. It's almost like law enforcement when you write that report, because now they're asking like, hey, what time did you arrest the defendant? Where did you arrest the defendant? Who did you surrender them to? You know what I mean? Like, what time did you contact law enforcement before you let them know that you were in the area? Because I'm like, that's something that bondsmen were not doing, saying like, not calling law enforcement prior to being like, hey, I'm going to be in the area in case a situation occurs, which obviously with that situation happening 24 months ago, you know, really has significantly changed the way that bail bonds is. It's like not everybody can get in. Like you can't have a felony on your record, stuff like that. So they're really looking into stuff now. You know what I mean? Not everybody's just loosely being able to walk in the door.
Yeah, nobody can just be Dog
Yeah.
the Bounty Hunter out here
No,
more.
not
dude. You can't
anymore.
just be over there.
You don't
Just
want
knocking
Colin
down
out
doors.
whipping around, running
Right.
after you.
Nah,
Hey,
I'm
he's a
good.
real dude.
Yeah.
He's a legit dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get taken down with Bear Mace and a mullet, dog.
Right.
Of all people,
Exactly.
he
You know what I
could-
mean?
he
Like,
could be
I'm
real,
the
but-
dog.
Like you hear the music and shit playing in the background, and you know you're getting live streamed on the internet. It's like fuck. dog.
Beth
Right.
lighting your ass up with all those pepper balls, just
She's the real deal, bro.
like,
Right.
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
she's-
Lewis actually worked with Dog the Bounty Hunter
Okay.
actually at Western Pond. I mean, if you kind of want to touch base on that and kind of tell people, you know, like how that actually all came
Yeah,
about.
we'd love to hear about that.
That was on a whim, honestly. They were on the Big J show when I was driving to work. I got to work and I told my boss, I said, hey, we should email these guys and ask them to come to Montana because they said they'd never been here.
Yeah.
And so we emailed them and whatever. About a week later, the casting guy requested a video conference and he interviewed us, asked some questions, whatever. Then we didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden we got a call and they're like, we'll be there next week. Be ready. And then they hung up the phone. We were like, oh, well, all right, cool. But
By the
was,
way.
Sounds like you were in a situation.
that was the most intense 7 days though,
Yeah,
ever.
nice.
We were going 18, 20 hours a day.
That's
no,
awesome.
they're the real deal. People can make fun of them all they want, but they're legit.
Yeah, they're out there working it.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I mean,
Leland's still out there, even working, still like.
I mean, I still talk to him at least once a month.
definitely.
Anytime he gets somebody up this way, he calls me. He'd be like, "Do you know this guy?" Well, no, not really, but
Crazily enough, it's a small world. My
Exactly.
wife and I actually, there's a gal Moon Angel. She's on
dog's
the.
new wife.
So, anyways, we sold her house up in Columbus, Montana, when her and her ex-husband was looking for
Oh, nice.
property. So, yeah,
Small world.
we took them from literally the North Dakota border all the way to Ennis, Montana, and basically from the Wyoming border to Canada. Showed them just about every single log house that they could look at, and they settled on number 2 after about 55.
Number three,
Yeah.
Michael says?
I'll tell you what,
Damn.
all them places you took them, and they picked Columbus.
Yeah, it was way back up in the. And this place, I mean, honestly, it was a goat trail to get up to this damn house. It was beautiful, beautiful log home. Don't get me wrong, but delivering anything up there, I bet you 10 to 1, the UPS driver in the wintertime was absolutely
No.
just like not having it. He's like,
Mm.
your shit's at the bottom of the hill.
Come
Mhm.
get
Have
it on
fun
your
with it.
snowmobile.
Right.
70-mile-an-hour winds, though. It might not be there for long.
Sliding down the road to the neighbor's house. Neighbor's like, dude, I'm just getting all this
All this
wonderful
Amazon
shit,
shit, dude. They're getting all this cool ass bounty hunting gear, and like I wasn't even gonna bounty hunt, but now I'm thinking about getting into it.
Yeah, you're like, it looks cool.
I didn't need it. I look good in this vest, bro. Like, what?
But
Plate
speaking
carrier?
of some bounty hunting, we were kind of tossing around an idea of having you and the bounty hunting crew hunt down the Budcast crew. You know, we could throw on some cameras, some body cameras, live stream. You could hunt down the Budcast.
Make it real
crew.
fun. Do some Pink Panther kind of stuff.
It can happen. It can happen. We can run.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am down for that. You know what I mean? I think I've only ever seen that done on TMZ or something like that, where they took bounty hunters and were like, hey, track our phones and our locations and then drop the phones. And, you know, it's like
Yeah.
constant catch up. You know what I mean? Like, it's real life. People really do run. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it'd be a fun hunt because, you know,
Let's do it.
let's get it
We'll
on.
put it together.
Yeah.
For sure. It'll be
If there's
something.
if there's any businesses out there that may want to get involved, may want to see us stop by their location on our run or on our hunt, we might be able to stop by and have a Coke and a smile real quick while we're running from the bounty hunters, and they might be able to stop by and have one on us.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I like it.
So some of the segments we've got to be jumping into tonight, man. We've got our strain of the week. We have stoner trivia and news. Which way do we want to jump tonight, guys?
I think why don't we do some strain of the week?
All right. Well, our strain of the week by popular poll, as we do every week. You guys get a chance to vote and decide what your strain of the week is, and then we put together and bring you that information.
Audience exclusive.
This week we have Panama Red, which is an amazing strain, guys. So let's take a quick look at that, and then we'll jump into that description.
In the fields of green where the birds grow tall, white truffles calling, it's the best of them all. Space-shaped and frosty like a deck of cards, savory and earthy, taking us far. From peanut butter breath, a nutty delight, Gorilla Glue's earthiness, shining bright. Carry Philippines pepper with a hint of spice. Lime or many citrus, making everything nice. White truffle groove, taking us high. Creative sparks under Montana skies.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
All right, so we are back. We were actually just kind of caught off guard. We were fucking
Yeah, we're slacking over here, bullshit.
Daniel leaving us out. On the
Right.
podcast.
He
He's just like, hey, by the way, you guys are back. Hurry up. Get
He was
on.
like, oh yeah. So Panama Red, you know, is a classic and legendary strain of cannabis known for its pure sativa genetics, originating in the Panama region, which, I mean, fucking surprise,
What?
surprise, dude.
Fucking Panama.
Could have
Right.
got that one by me. Of course, it is a 100% sativa. The buds of the Panama Red are typically a tapered and long, like slightly fluffy appearance. You know, that sativa look, you know.
Yeah, but the song said it came across Colombia too. So you know,
Colombia as well. I mean, it could, you know, it bounces around a little
just
bit, of
jumped
course.
around a little bit.
I'm sure a few things jumped from Panama to Colombia and from Colombia to Panama. I mean,
I don't know.
in the 70s and 80s, it was kind of going back then, dude.
Don't be talking to Pablo.
Oh, I mean, I would have talked to Pablo, bro, because Pablo had his own prison. They're like, you got to go to jail. He's like, cool, but I'm going to build it, and my homies are going to watch it, and you can't look at it or like come by or anything.
Dude, you hear about his hippos?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't figure out what the hell to do with it. Like, he has a whole like school of hippos, like 12, 15 of them or whatever, and they're like, we don't know what the hell to do with these things.
Like 4,
Yeah.
and now there's over a dozen.
Right. And they're trying to figure out what to do with Pablo's like hippos. I'm like, dude,
I'll take one. I'll take one.
How
Fuck
does
it.
that
If you need somebody to watch it.
just adopt a hippo day.
I see that going bad though. They came out with Cocaine Bear, and could you imagine Cocaine Hippo? And it's Pablo's hippo, dude. So a couple of them are probably just got the tweak going.
I know. I'm like, they would destroy you, bro. Just you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
Screwing around.
Yeah.
Anyone in the
And
area.
they got the attitude of probably Pablo too.
Exactly. I've played Hungry Hippos as a kid, dude. I've seen what they can do. I'm not fucking around.
You should switch from Hungry Hippo to the Nature Channel.
Yeah. Oh no, I've seen
Oh
that
my
one
God.
too. I see. What was it? Dude, where's my car? Or yeah, dude, where's my car? It was like primates use crude tools to.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, of course, you know, we had that 100% sativa. Some of the aromas of the Panama Red are distinct, sweet herbal undertones with hints of that tropical fruit. I had a chance to get some Panama Red a few different times, a couple strains up here.
Yeah.
The flower wasn't so great, but because of it was that strain, it still had a nice fire hit to it. Down in Vegas, I got some from Medzin, which is Planet 13's parent company. You know, before they became the biggest dispensary in the world, they had little Medzin off to the side out in the hood on the outskirts of Vegas. And Medzin had a Panama Red live rosin that was absolutely phenomenal. We got to review that back on THR on our Las Vegas episode, and dude, it was a really good smoke. Honestly, it was probably the best one I had out of Vegas, hands down.
Nice. I got to grow Panama Red a few years ago. We won't say how many few years ago, but
What?
it was a nice, beautiful plant that grew in an indoor grow, quite uniform. It had pretty good, as far as the sativa goes, it had a pretty good flower rate, and its bud production was definitely on the higher end, I would have to say, when it comes to the cola size and stuff like that. So I think anybody who wants to take it on, the one thing I would say is that it's a little bit finicky on its nutrients. I mean, it can be burnt pretty easy, but it also likes to be ran a little hotter on the nutrient end. So,
And a lot of water.
lots of water.
Oh yeah, she drinks. So yeah, if you guys have got any experience with the Panama Red strain, drop it in the chat. Let us know what you think about it. Have you guys smoked any Panama Red?
No.
We're gonna have to get you guys smoking on some Panama Red.
Man, we got to get some of that.
We're gonna have to find some. I'm sure there's some around.
Anybody out there who knows where to find some Panama Red, let us know.
I mean, I bet you, I can almost guarantee you, I know somebody out in Three Forks that would have some Panama red.
3, 4.
Pure propagation. I'm willing to bet, you know, they might be in the chat right now. They might be watching later, but I can guarantee you with their clone bank and everything they got going on over there, they've probably got some Panama red, and we'd be able to get something like that put down in a grow and produced pretty quickly.
And we'll be getting them on the show here very soon. Pure propagation out of Three Forks there. They're excellent genetic source out there. Guys, check them out on their website. Check them out on Facebook.
Hell yeah. So Tanaki, I see you over there going through them. I have been getting ready. I've been getting hyped.
Are you guys ready for it?
It's Are You Smarter Than a Stoner, guys?
Smarter.
All right. So you need a moment. Well, we still got our clip for Are You Smarter Than a Stoner? So we can go ahead and throw that up while you take a moment to review your questions.
Smoking like a rasta, feeling so high. We talk about cannabis and getting fly. Are you smarter than a stoner? Let's find out. Listen up, my friends. I got something to shout. Cannabis knowledge, let it flow through your mind. Getting blazed, smoking loud. We all unwind. Trivia questions, can you keep up the pace? Let's see if you're sharper in this smoky haze.
Alrighty, so we are back and we're going to do some cannabis knowledge, or are you smarter than a stoner questions. So the first question.
So ready. Huh? I said I'm so ready.
You're good. You can't see the answers.
She's trying to.
She's like, I want to see him really, really, really bad.
What
I want to
terpene
win.
is known for its citrus aroma and potential anti-inflammatory effects?
Orange.
Marijuana.
A, myrcene, B, limonene, C, pinene, or D, linalool.
Linalool.
So who's going to take this one first?
I'm going to go with B.
I'm going B.
B.
I guess I'm going B too.
Like, fuck it, we're going
popular
with
thing to do.
Everybody out there in the audience, go ahead and get your votes in. What you got out there?
Snarky, you want to read over the options again? Yeah. So I'll say that question and the options again. What terpene is known for its citrus aroma and potential anti-inflammatory effects? A, myrcene, B, limonene, C, pinene, or D, linalool.
It looks like the popular answer out there right now is B.
Looking like B.
So what do we got, Tanaki?
B is going to be the correct answer.
All right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everybody got the B.
Yeah, so we're locked in, one across the board right now. What do we got going on?
All right, number 2. Which of the following is a water-soluble cannabinoid? A, THC, B, CBD, C, CBN, or D, all cannabinoids are fat-soluble?
Ooh. I think we'll let
That's
you guys answer first so you can't snatch the popular answer.
You want to go bottom?
Sure.
I mean, I've always heard people that take drug tests, like it just, thinks you're fat. So, yes, I'm going to go with that one.
So what letter?
D.
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 Cool. What do you got over there, Hannah?
D.
D? I'm going D.
I'm going to go. So can you read it one more time?
Which of the following is a water-soluble cannabinoid? A, THC, B, CBD, C, CBN, or D, all cannabinoids are fat-soluble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D.
D. It looks like we got D's dropping in the chat right now, too. Yep. Irene said fat. It is.
Yeah.
It is fat.
It is definitely fat.
What's water soluble?
Yeah, it was a trick question for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. What is for the first second I was like, water soluble. Hold on. It makes you second guess yourself immediately.
On everything.
It's like, wait a minute. How did I just make bubble
I
hash?
think that's the truth. How stoned are they for these questions? Will they catch it?
Which federal act primarily governs the regulation of industrial hemp in the United States? A, the Controlled Substance Act, B, the Farm Bill, C, the Hemp Farming Act, or D, Agricultural Improvement Act?
Farm Bill.
Farm Bill.
Going with Farm Bill.
Farm billing it up.
Everybody out there in the audience, what you got?
I think I see a C right there. Oh, the Controlled Substance Act. Good answer. Good answer. It is close. It is definitely close there. I could see how it would be assumed that it could be the Controlled Substance Act.
Yeah.
Hemp is
But the hemp is the primary.
The key
kicker.
indicating word there. Yeah.
I mean,
Which
it's
is
sort of a
not
trick
illegal
question as well,
technically.
because I think hemp is also under the Controlled Substance Act, but it's an exclusion from that due to the Farm
Right.
Bill.
So it is actually going to be D, the Agricultural Improvement Act.
Dude, we're all
Dude.
wrong.
Close.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, we were close by farming.
Yeah.
Yo.
We knew we were farming.
Yeah.
Well, you know what fucked us up?
Something.
A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the Farm Bill and its relation to hemp and the things
Yeah.
that were going on with it. So we heard Farm Bill and we were like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember this. And no, we didn't. We fucked up.
All right.
Okay.
Next question. This is cannabis and technology.
Cannabis and technology.
What is the main advantage of using blockchain technology in the cannabis industry?
Logistics.
A, faster plant growth. B, enhanced transparency and traceability. C, improved taste in cannabis products of cannabis products. Or D, reduced energy consumption in cultivation. Do I need to read those again?
I mean, I would read those back because I mean, you had some deep
I think
integrations.
what they're
of
going
words.
for is B there. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Was this one too complicated?
Yeah, the transparency and the traceability is probably what they're after with the blockchain, because that's what you
Yeah.
get with blockchain technology.
Yeah, I would definitely
I
agree.
don't know if a lot of people know what blockchain technology is actually.
Yeah, a lot of people won't necessarily understand, how the integration of the different systems and bringing all those things together so that you can like overlay them and have
Yeah.
them all communicate.
So blockchain technology, just in a quick breakdown, is just a group of, digital blocks that are on an open ledger that anybody can see. They're actually validated by other people to make sure that they weren't corrupted. Once they're basically sealed, then that is attached all the way to the next block and the next block and the next blocks. And you can always see what has happened. So if you took $1 from Joel's wallet and transferred to your wallet, you would be able to see that on the blockchain ledger. It also does a lot of other things as far as smart contracts, things of that nature. ER71 smart contracts allow for automated contract systems, logistics, to where if you started running low on a particular item, the particular blockchain would kick in, automatically send your logistics ordering, come over as soon as it was delivered, your money automatically delivers to their wallet. So it's being used in a lot of big corporations, big technologies. I mean, although it'll help with transparency as far as the logistic supply chain and everything else like that, that's where it's going to be majorly transformative. It's one of the things that we work on with the Montana Cyber Technologies business. That's the main proponent behind the 406 Budcast. So,
And you will actually be hearing more about blockchain and tons of crypto on the Blockchain Beginners and Billionaires podcast that is dropping soon, guys. So you're going to want to tune in for that.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys are going to be taking any legal information for making any suggestions on stocks, but you might have a couple of, ideas and some things you could throw out there that could be beneficial to people that are looking to invest into crypto and things like that. And I mean, I don't know a lot about crypto, but I know you turned on those fucking machines that day and I watched the market jump exactly as you said it was going to jump when you turned them on, and when you turned it off, it went back down. And I was like, damn.
Yeah. So one of the cryptocurrency miner, that mining operation that my wife and I have, it rates as one of the top 3 mining operations on one of the major cryptocurrency mining pools as far as some of the altcoins go. And as you said, we can flip that machine on and you can watch the market definitely react. And if we turn it off, the market will definitely react to that as well, just because the hash rate is improved. And going back to that validation, it makes a much more stable environment for the coins or anything that's going on there. Plus, it processes the transactions a lot faster. So we can definitely get into that a lot more. But right now we're talking about cannabis.
It's just not even a flex, though. I'm just putting it out there. It's not a flex. I saw it happen. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I remember one morning I came in, it's just hilarious. And you're like, I decided to turn on the crypto shed last night for fun and just oh my God, dude. That's hilarious. But sorry, back into our cannabis question.
I absolutely love the mining world, and we'll definitely get into that a lot more.
For sure.
We'll do one last question.
Oh yeah, what was the answer to that one? Was it?
Oh yes, it was enhanced transparency and traceability. So B.
Cool.
B.
Well, I guess we're all locked in right now, man. We're kind of across the board. The farm bill fucked us up. But, you know,
Farm bill dropped
We
us
all
all.
lost that one, so we're all still.
we can edit that out
Yeah.
later. You know, we'll just pretend we didn't get that question wrong.
Yeah.
That question disappeared.
Right.
It
Just
sort
like
of
those fucking
sort of
emails,
X-filed it.
dude.
You know, we just sort of X-filed that question.
That shit disappeared like a laptop and emails.
You know what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Monty, what do we got next?
All right, so
Disappeared
one
like
question,
building number
one last
23.
question.
Right.
Which technology is often used for precise indoor cannabis cultivation? A. Drones. B. LED grow lights. C. Blockchain. Or D. Artificial intelligence.
Dude, AI.
You know, that's a real.
Robots growing your weed.
Dude.
Daniel,
I mean, that'd be fine until like they just grew so much better weed that you're just like.
I mean, is it going to be like cheap, like crappy commercial grown, just blah bland, like
I mean, it's AI,
hydroponic tomato kind of weed though?
if you can instill the stoner mentality into the AI, he's gonna grow good weed.
I don't know about that. I mean, grandma cooks with passion and love, and her stuff comes out with flavor, bro. Like, I just don't know that AI coming from somebody who works with it can really ever get to that passionate, like, you know what? I really want Jimmy to love these cookies.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, coming soon to a theater near you, Will Smith in High Robot. It's gonna happen.
Super
It's gonna
high
happen.
robot. Ain't that the shits? All the robots sit around eating edibles, don't get dicked on.
I mean, hell, they could be eating it, smoking. I guess if we gave them that ability to do so, then yeah.
So we got an answer? Are you going with AI then?
No, I'm off on a tangent and a rabbit hole. If you know, if I had like little robots growing weed, as long as they didn't like smoke the weed or fuck the weed up, you know, I think it'd be pretty dope. But I'm going LEDs.
Yeah.
LEDs.
I'm gonna go LED as well.
Yeah. Aliens sound cool though.
Y'all stay tight.
Stay tight.
Damn.
Is indeed B. LED grow lights.
All right.
I mean, I wanted drones, AI, and all that other stuff too, but I mean, we're not quite there yet.
Oh my
All other questions. No, all my other questions are like super easy. They're I don't really think I have anything to break the tie. The hardest one was the farm, the one.
All right. I think I got something. It's not a stoner question, and I'll kneel down so that you guys can take this one on here. What comes once in a minute and twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? Come on, guys. Somebody.
Dude.
Say it again.
What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Yep.
The
Don't
letter
know.
M.
Nope.
Boom. Looks
The
like
letter
Hannah
M.
took it. Hannah took it tonight.
Crushed it.
Crushed it.
The letter M.
Yeah, it was the letter M.
There you go.
Good job, Nate.
I've remembered that little like riddle since the 4th grade. I'll never forget because I grew up broke as shit. So I went to the book fair and they had the riddle in the morning, and I wasn't getting shit at the book fair, but they had the riddle over the intercom in the morning. I got that riddle right. And I won like this dope ass bag full of like everything at the book fair. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna forever remember this shit.
Dude, we should have a Laffy Taffy jokes night or pun night.
Nice.
Riddle day. What are
We
they?
still gotta do our spicy night.
Spicy.
We gotta do the hot ones night. Yeah.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have all the hot
Hibachi challenge.
wings and
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a fun podcast to
The
be on.
beat you dubs.
Yeah, I'm like, let's get Carolina Reapers in here.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
the
can we get
406 tap
EMTs on
room,
standby? Actually,
I'm sure we could get some space over at the 406 tap room.
Well, you will have to get a hold of Mel over there. We still got to get some episodes done over there. They want to do some cocktail confessions, and we got to make sure we get that set up. With
Yeah,
them.
all the bartenders and stuff are going to start telling some crazy stories over
But
podcasting and stuff.
don't be talking about our hideouts, man. These guys are gonna be chasing us. We ain't gonna be telling them all our hideouts.
Well, no, I'm saying to do the hot ones. Like, I mean,
you
I
write that
guess.
down.
Right? He's all right.
Guys over here.
I'm like, I heard what you said in my head.
We got the enemy in the huddle over here.
That's
Hey,
right.
take those earphones off, pal.
That's not even. That's the giveaway spot. Like,
Heck
that's the
yeah.
spot we all meet up to have a couple of beers before
Yeah.
we take off running.
Oh,
We'll have
running on
beer.
beers. Let's run out. I mean, have beers afterwards. I don't know if I can
Well, there
run
you go.
on
We'll,
beer.
we'll all meet there for beer and
Right,
hot
then you
wings
start
after.
making mistakes.
I'll be like sitting, on the curb out there. I'm just catch me, take me back in, give
Well,
me
no,
another
see,
beer, dog.
That's the
Like-
thing. That was part of the strategy. We're gonna meet up for beers before, and they're gonna be drinking beers, and we're gonna be drinking no duels.
Yeah.
About 20 in, we're like, all right, let's go run.
All right. Well, awesome.
So I guess you got some cannabis news, man.
Honestly, we don't have a whole lot of cannabis news going on, amazingly, that has transitioned from last week. The European Union is doing a little bit as far as deregulation and descheduling, a lot with the United States. The United States signaled their descheduling. So the European Union was like, well, I guess if Big Brother's going to do it, we got to do it too. So they're throughout Europe, they're trying to wrestle with how that's going to play out, which countries are going to adopt it, how it necessarily fits into each one of the cultures, because they have a diverse, different culture, complexity over there throughout Europe. And some people are down with cannabis. Some people absolutely 100% against it due to religious purposes or some other, types of ideologies. So it's going to be amazing to see how all that plays out. But obviously the world has really shifted, to saying, hey, we're going to really get into the cannabis game. It's definitely going to impact the American markets as far as our ability to start getting isolate, getting CBD products and stuff like that are produced from the European markets. So you're going to see a pretty big flood of that coming in. So other than that, we've got the Montana legislature. They're moving towards extending the Montana moratorium and freezing all licenses. And that includes for current licensees. So if you have a dispensary right now, they're not going to allow you to get any more dispensaries, not allow you to upgrade your canopy size any further, not allow you to basically expand or grow your business, which me personally, I think it's absolute trash. I think that proposal, we need to certainly regulate our market to a certain degree to where we don't get out of control like Colorado and other places. Arizona, where we're seeing just a tailspin in their markets because they allow too many people to crash in too soon, too fast. But to not allow regular businesses that are already in the market to continue to grow and expand as necessary, you're going to see a lot of different market contractions happen. And if you have too little of businesses, they may not be able to service different areas as other businesses go out or other businesses come in. So, it's just crony capitalism. I don't see it as a good way to go in Montana.
Well, touching on the European Union following Big Brother, they're like, okay, America's going to do it, so we can do it now. With the 4th of July, I'd just like to point out the importance of that life lesson. If you let your child, you get your ass whooped so bad by your child nation that you now listen to them. So you listen to us now. Like, what the fuck? You had the upper hand for hundreds of years, and then you just came over here starting that shit, and we declared our independence and America.
It's weird that America, started sort of the prohibition worldwide on cannabis to begin with. And then everybody followed along with it. And just was like, yeah, let's go ahead and demonize this plant when it did so great around the world for so many damn centuries. How many sails, how many ropes? Things were built out of hemp alone that
it was required.
Built empires.
It was required in the founding colonies. You had to grow hemp.
Yeah.
It was so important and vital, and it all became a slander campaign because it was a cheaper form of paper and manufacturing products and things like that. And then they were like, nah, it's the devil.
Shows how quickly we can just be, you know, brought to mass hysteria as an entire global population. I mean, COVID, you know, I mean, you've got cannabis, you know, you got all these things that we look back and we're just like, Jesus, what the hell were we collectively thinking? You know, and but at the time, there was a lot of people out there that were absolutely convinced you were out here killing me if you're not wearing your mask, only to find out that masks were absolutely worthless to begin with. You know, I mean, so, I mean, and actually Fauci did a study and he found out long time ago that the Spanish flu, most of the people died from wearing masks.
Yeah.
And then this guy says, hey, by the way, go ahead and put masks on.
So did you see the video that got released of Fauci? He's released in this video talking, and he was like, you know, if you make it hard on the people, and you take away their rights,
take away their jobs,
their fucking abilities to live, they will sacrifice that ideological bullshit, and they will get the vaccine.
Yeah,
he is literally talking about how we will literally make life miserable for you.
So what we're talking about is,
what
you know, government coercion on a global level.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and he's hot mic'd up saying that shit. It's like, dude. Yeah, I remember the last time people pissed Americans off to that point. July 4th, motherfucker. Like we revolted. So you got to be careful with your hot mic there, Fauci. You dumb some bitch.
Well, you know, I would love to agree with you, but it seems like the American spirit right now. I mean, you've got people over in, you know, France. You got people over in Germany and stuff. They're spreading cow manure on their parliament buildings and stuff like that because they're screwing around with them over there. Over here, we're just like, hey guys, can you just not give us the angry guy that we don't really like because of his mean tweets, and we'll go ahead and take this octogenarian idiot who, you know, is completely asleep at the switch. And, you know, we can't even blame him at this point. We actually have to blame everybody around him. It's the entire gang who can't shoot straight because, I mean, they should not have allowed this to get to this position.
I mean, he's got that +6 golf game though.
Hell yeah, he said he couldn't even, you know, run for president now. In the study we saw the other day, or whatever the hell it was, an article, he was like, I don't even know if I'm fit for office anymore. I'm like, I don't know if you were ever even fit for office.
You're questioning it, bro. Like, we have definitely got to question it. And there's people still supporting him, and that's what.
Oh really yeah, which is so crazy. It's the liberal mindset to believe the bullshit, and I'm like, to be led astray instead of, you know, believing what you want, which, you know, that's what we should all have. But you know, to be led by a puppet and all their stuff. Like, where's Kamala Harris been the last 4 years?
Well, and not only that, I mean, we shouldn't be so far into this game of like us versus them, red versus blue, that we just totally like get rid of the whole idea that
like we're all American.
We're gonna have competent leadership just so that our side can win.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's like the red coats versus blue coats again.
Hey, man. Well, that's why we got rid of the Bloods and the Crips in the 80s, so that we could start fighting over them on MSNBC and on Fox News, you know?
Yeah, they were like, hey, man, look, we know you guys have got the red and the blue, but those are kind of our colors. And yeah, you're going to have to cut this shit out.
We're going to need that. You know, I mean, they cut Al Capone out of the lottery. They cut the Bloods and the Crips out of the Reds and the Blues. I mean, these college kids, man, they're cutting us out of the marijuana business. I mean, cut all the high school kids out of dealing. Every high school kid used to go around dealing. Now they have to have a dispensary.
What is it? Old Theo Vaughn said, man, I knew a couple sweater kids growing up, man, but I was more 2 tank tops in the winter kind of guy, you know? Oh, so I mean, we've covered some news. We've done some stoner trivia. We've had our strain of the week. We've talked with Joel and Lewis about bail bonding and the possibility of them chasing us the fuck down through Billings, you know? So if you see us running down the street, mind your business.
Exactly.
And remember, snitches get
mind
stitches.
your fucking business, bitch.
Right.
And, you know, they're not giving out a reward, even if they say they are. So,
Yeah,
you know, don't listen to anything they say.
But we will give out joints, you know. If you see us on the street, you know, well, maybe not, because then they're just gonna follow the fucking joints.
Man, you can't be giving away joints.
We can't, yeah, because they'll be like, yo, I smell weed. Let's
like,
go in that direction.
Oh yeah, these dumb guys over here, like just follow it that way.
Yeah,
they don't even need a damn dog.
We'll hire a canine. Yeah,
it's just like
they don't need the canine anymore after you guys.
a canine be burnt out.
Oh, dude, you just gotta leave.
Right? Like, what's wrong with my dog, man?
Hey, we got CBD dog treats and we got some other things down there. We can make sure that the dog's taken care of too.
Like, bro, his dog ain't hit on shit in 3 weeks.
Right, ain't hit on shit.
Why does he keep leaning to the side?
What's wrong with Paco?
You killed my dog, man.
What's up, Pissy?
Oh, bro, I fucking missed that movie. We're gonna have to watch the whole next Friday, dude.
Right.
That's a good one.
So, Joel, and you guys, we appreciate you guys coming out here and everything else like
definitely.
that. I mean, give yourself a good plug out there. Let everybody know what you're about. Let them know how they can get a hold of you.
Right.
If they are ever in the unfortunate situation, or if they have a family member who's in the unfortunate situation.
Yeah. So if you're ever in the unfortunate, I mean, you can reach us. You can find us on Google too. You can find us on Facebook. Facebook was actually our very first place where we started doing business. And I was just like, how many followers and likes can we get? How many reviews can we get on Facebook? And I'm like, we didn't have Google, dude. We had got Google, and I'm like, I think now we just hit 113 reviews as of yesterday. You know what I mean? So I'm like, they just really increased and just the support of the community. And some of those are just friends, and people like that. So yeah, we just reach us at Google. You can give us a call at 406-927-3001, or you can reach Lewis at 406-702-5443, or you can reach Josie at 406-665-7326.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys make sure you jot down those numbers. And if you didn't get it, go back and watch it later, because that boosts the algorithms. And also, you'll be able to get that number so that, and it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, you never know, man.
You never know.
Somebody needs a rainy day fund somewhere.
Right. It's always good to know a good bondsman. That is facts, Irene. That is facts.
Yeah.
We appreciate you saying that, because it is so true. It is so true. And this one here is trying to get me to go fucking skydiving. And
and we just actually did that a couple of weeks ago, and I just spoke with you about it, and and it was an experience. Actually, we have a buddy that's here in the room that actually went with me, man.
You gotta get us some footage of that.
And we do have the footage of it. It was really quite the experience, being at 14,000 feet in the sky, and and the skydive instructor is like, hey man, he's like, you're not even attached to him going up, what I mean, you're kind of sitting between his legs like a little girl, and stuff like that. And then he says
like, hey bro, wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still
he's
on
like,
the ground.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna put your hands above her thighs, I'm gonna secure you up, and then he's like, opens the door at 14,000 feet. The craziest thing, I'm like, why the hell does anybody open an airplane door at 14,000 feet, right? And he's like, I'm gonna stick my left foot out, and you're attached to him now at this point, so you're feeling his weight. And then he's like, you're gonna swing your legs out, I'm gonna swing my right one, and he's like, and we're just gonna take his picture and we're gonna bounce. And I'm like, at this time and point, I'm really questioning my life decisions, and I'm like, somebody call my mom.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? But it was an experience, and we are trying to get Adam to come out skydive with us, you know what I mean? And actually a couple other people, actually had a couple of clients that actually reached out, and they're like, hey man, we saw you in skydiving, it'd be sick, you know what I mean? So I'm like, we're actually trying to get more dives in, because if you hit 25 jumps or whatever, then you can start to jump on your own. But to get in tandem jumps, you need 500 jumps. And I was actually talking with a guy the other day, and he was thinking about bringing that to Billings skydiving and stuff, because he's at 251 jumps right now. And I mean, talking with him, business owner to business owner, I was like, man, that's gonna be awesome. You know what I mean? Be really good for our community. I mean, I think people will be like, wow, that's a vibe. You know what I mean? I'm like, it is a vibe at 14,000 feet when you're just thrown out of the plane and, kissed on the backyard and called pumpkin. So, and that's for one of my buddies that's in the room, So, yeah.
Tight,
Oh, yeah. They're like, kick your legs back and kiss your ass goodbye. And I'm like, oh, shit.
You got
Oh, yeah. You don't even want your eyes open, because you're just thinking, man, you're just going to hit the ground regardless. So, yeah, it was quite the experience, man. And just, we met with a guy that actually worked there. He was a ranger, and he was, special forces. He was telling us, man, he's like, just find a place, don't look down at the river. He's like, find a peak somewhere out there. And I'm like, and man, once you finally do, and because they tap, give you a little tap on the shoulder, and go ahead and open. So yeah, sick. So whoever wants to go skydiving with us, just let us know, man.
It's a tempting offer, because if the parachute opens, I've got a great story, and if it doesn't, I don't owe any more money.
I mean, at least somebody tells the story. You know what I mean?
It's like my dads get paid.
Right, exactly. I mean, they're done, they're over.
The last thing that's going to go through your mind is your feet, so you don't have to worry about it.
Right,
exactly.
Honestly, I mean, hell, if we're spread eagle, it might just be the fucking ground.
Right. Be that one dude in a million who just falls 14,000 feet, smacks into the damn freshly plowed field, and I'm good.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like you barely live.
Still
like,
got my beard.
Yeah,
If
right.
my chute doesn't open, y'all better watch out above, because before I hit the ground, I'm dropping shroud and just shitting.
Oh yeah,
all in
dude,
there.
and they do that. You know, they take 2 up at a time. And like one of our other friends was with us, she watched me go, and she just was like, "Oh hell no," you know what I mean? Like fear just set in. Like she's like, "Joel's really gone." Like,
I mean, how many times do those instructors get pissed on when they're tandem jumping?
oh
or
man, I
whatever,
couldn't imagine, man. Honestly, like, oof. So that'd be an interesting question to find out how many people like blackout pass out. You know what I mean? Well, the instructor's like taking photos, just vibing, being like, "Yeah," like exactly. So
Look like
yeah,
old party pictures. It's like
right.
Be like that one guy in the damn raft sitting there doing it as everybody else is flying out. He's just air guitaring.
I mean, I guess that happens when you have like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of jumps. You're just like, yo, I'm good. This is like breakfast, lunch, and
Oh
dinner.
yeah, it's crazy. Like listening to these guys like talk. Like when I was in the sky with him, I was like, "Man, you have such a sick job," and he's like, "Man, this is not a job. This is a lifestyle."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just watched him go 1, 2, 3, like up and down. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're jumping 15 to 20 times a day.
So what about what about a wind tunnel? You know, because I know down in
Right.
Denver in that area they have a nice wind tunnel. You can get in
Right.
there, practice.
Oh, that
And
would be
they get a lot
awesome.
of air time and stuff like that qualify for some of that jump time.
So
by doing those
yeah,
tunnel
so the
drills and
jump
stuff.
time from like what I've read or whatever, because they give you like the magazines and they give you like your certificate, like, hey, you just jumped 150 miles an hour at 14,000 feet. So there, man, it's like the times is weird. Like they tell us like, man, like how long is the fall going to be over fall? And they're like, it's about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they count those minutes into hours. You know what I mean? Like to get to 500 jumps, you know what I mean? Like to even get to 20 hours, it's like, oh, you know what I
It's
mean?
a lot
Like
of
you're
air
next
time.
level and like, you know, you're getting it. Like we were watching dudes just jump by themselves out of airplanes, like down in, like they were just vibing, dude. Like, you know, they say, hey, like slide down on your butt, but I'm like, dude, these guys are almost like landing on their feet. You know what I mean? Like professionals. And I'm like, it's crazy. So yeah.
I always thought those flying squirrel suits would be really fun.
Oh yeah. And see, and they talk about that too. They're like, man, you need over 500 plus hours. You know what I mean? So I'm like, to even get that, because our one buddy that was with us was like, man, I want to squirrel suit it. And the ranger guy was like, no. No, you don't. He's like, you need over 500 plus hours, and like you need a lot of like licensing, you know, and all that stuff. So he's like, yeah, it's intense, but yeah.
You're not just driving a Ferrari. when
No,
you
you're
go
not.
by.
You're unfortunately falling to your death.
Right.
Hopefully not.
Well, hopefully not.
Right.
I love the videos of there's like a bunch of people. It's super illegal to jump or free base is what it's called, right? Free basing.
Free jumping.
Free
Base
base
jumping.
Shut
Free
up.
basing, yes.
It's from
And-
my
and-
house
and
in
base
commercial,
jumping.
Dude, it's in the brain.
Both
No,
are
free
illegal
jumping.
for
Yes,
sure.
they are both
For
illegal.
sure.
No, but it's like super illegal to free jump off like any of the Yosemite National Park.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even want to. I mean, those are so high up there. Like, holy.
That go up and they'll climb in their suits, but they got to do it like before rangers are even out in the morning. So they're climbing it all through the night, and then they go up, get up to the top. Yeah,
That's a vibe,
Then
dude.
base
If you
jump.
fall, you
Yeah,
have
that's
to-
a
you have
vibe.
To make sure
Yeah.
you're flying outside of the park. If you can't reach it, you got to make sure you got a vehicle where you're landing so you can fucking book it.
Man.
So, like,
Right. You're like, the feds are
Just
coming.
like-
Feds are coming.
You're not even crossing the border yet, running
No.
from the feds, bro.
No.
It's like, see ya.
Right.
Some of those people that like get hung up on that crap too, you know, you're just like,
Mm.
holy shit, man, that's just a bad.
Oh yeah.
I've
Oh,
seen the
yeah.
ones where they like skirt the mountain, and I think it would be the coolest thing until I smack that mountain. you
Right.
know?
Yeah, right. Hit over 200 plus miles an hour. Just
Yeah.
like a
Just
bug on a
rock
windshield.
punching.
Yeah.
And that would be my luck. And then that's something else I was thinking about. He's jumping 20, 30,000 times. And they're like, you know, what are the statistics that the parachute doesn't open properly?
Honestly,
Right.
so what the guy that was in the special forces was saying, he was like, honestly, the way that they have now packed these parachutes versus like military style, like a lot more people and like had said, hey man, like I had hurt my back because of being in the military, of, you know, improper jumps or stuff like that. And like now, like they don't have that issue. You know what I mean? Like these, you know, is it always guaranteed in life? No, but you know, it's still pretty a high guarantee rate. I mean, you know, he just went 3 for 3. I watched him do it and I was like, all right, I trust him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like he knows what he's doing and stuff. But yeah, just the way that they pack him and stuff is what he was saying. Cause like versus the military, like they're just, yeah, like they're high grade upgrade. Like these shoots are going to pull.
Yeah.
So,
and what most people don't, you were talking about, it takes almost longer for you to get up into the air and get to your jump point than it does to just fall.
Oh yeah. And like you just feel it, you know what I mean? Like you just get higher and higher and higher. And then they like tell you like they have like a watch band on their arm and like they're watching like the elevation and like you just can feel like the pressurized, like the unpressurized plane actually is like it's almost hard on my ears being in like the plane. I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean? But I'm like once like they open it, like you go, you're good. But I'm like, man, it's something else. 'Cause you don't even realize how high you are until that door comes open and you look down and you're like, no. You know what I mean? So it's you know, it was awesome. You know, it's like the craziest experience I've ever experienced, you know, chased a lot of bad guys, done stuff like that too. But I'm like, skydiving was just man, like
when gravity grabs you, it grabs you.
Yeah. And so I'm like, we're going again actually up in July, actually, for one of our buddies, you know, same guy again. And the guy just, you know, we never thought he'd jump, you know, and so he makes a joke that like the same instructor that I had called him like Pumpkin basically and kissed him on the back of the ear. It was like, let's go, sweetheart. You know what I mean? Because we didn't think the guy was jumping, you know what I mean? Like we're like, he's not gonna go. And then you know, this guy, we're down on the ground after we jump and he's like, your buddies are coming. And I'm like, okay. And then next thing I see this little white dot and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Just super hyped for him. I was like, man, he accomplished a big fears. So yeah. Oh yeah, dude, and that's how he felt. Like, you know, like our other buddies had like this really cool, like granola kind of like free spirited dude, like hippie, like wanted to jump, and our guy was just a bully to us. You know what I mean? He was like, "Get up here," and I'm like, "Okay." Like, I'm like, "Don't tell me what to do." So.
They like launch.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah. Right. What does this go to?
Yeah, I forgot the harnesses. Hold on.
Right.
You know, I did the world's tallest sky coaster in Kissimmee, Florida, and that ride they pull you up, and it's about 300 feet up in the air, and the harness that you're in is Velcro, and you're hearing this shit just like. You know, and it's all safe and secure, but you're also hearing the Velcro sort of like rip a little bit here and there, and you're just like, son of a bitch, is it okay? And then they're like 1, 2, 3 fly, and you pull that down deal, and you're just like, okay, I hope at the bottom that Velcro is still holding.
Yeah, for real.
If it's not, I'm holding that fucking Velcro.
And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, whoever the hell invented Velcro, thank you.
I'd have been white knuckled in that whole fucking thing.
Dude, and we were, you know what I mean? Like I was holding on. I was like, please don't throw me. You know what I mean? And like they tell you, like, let go. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't let go. Like as if you holding on to your harness is saving you. It's not. It's the guy that's behind you. Like you're like, no. Like so yeah, there's no resistance.
Well, now you know what you got to look forward to, buddy.
It's awesome, man. Like we jumped super early in the morning to like we got up there at like around like 8 o'clock and like we were in the air at like 9 a.m. and just, you know, it was awesome, man. Like it was an experience. So I was like,
so where are you doing this jumping at?
So where we're doing the jumping, if anybody online's actually wondering if they've ever thinking about jumping, actually, we're jumping out of Three Forks, Montana at the D zone. But this next jump that we're actually going to be taking action is going to happen in Whitefish, Montana. I can't remember the exact name of the place that we're jumping at, but the one that we previously just jumped at was the D zone out of Three Forks. So, and you know, it was an awesome place, awesome vibe, like, you know, like really awesome instructors. And like, you know, they tell you everything before they take you up, you know, get you, you know, all situated and, you know, it's a really awesome vibe. So I'm like, I would suggest anyone watching, you know, around, like definitely try it. You know what I mean? Like you really like what are you going to do? Drive a car forever? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, well, maybe if they're down and you want to arrange it, maybe the Budcast.
Oh yeah,
get out there.
And that would be awesome to jump the 406 Budcast and like you know it's a like this guy over here. You know what I mean? Like hold on, shy, doesn't want to talk to anybody. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden he just jumps out of the plane and they're like, "What's wrong with him?"
I gotta go with the fucking arrogant dude that's gonna pick on me the whole time.
Oh, dude, yeah. I hope he's not there next time. He was a bully to me too.
I need that person because like it's gonna fucking punk me.
You almost know who you need, and I think they know like, hey, like what you need that day, which was kind of weird because like our friend told us she was like, hey, dude, like you guys probably needed that, and we probably needed the guy that was mellow because we were both freaking out. Minus our buddy Reese, like he was full vibe, full send, eyes open out the window, dude. He's like, here I go. So
epic. I get to go out the door with spite, though. I'll be like, you just remember, motherfucker, you picked on me and made me jump out this door. So if we die, that's on you. You know, I get to go out with at least a little spite,
Exactly.
bro. As soon as he's like, oh shit, it didn't work. But see, I fucking told you. Yeah, we get to have this conversation all the way to that fucking, like, that target right there on the ground. So you want to talk about all these jumps? Yeah.
Right.
You're talking all that shit on the ground. Now look at us, just floating to death right now. Like, that would be me the whole way down. You can guarantee it. So if my chute don't open, you can guarantee that's how the conversation went all the way to my death. Like, I fucking told you, dog. Like, I swear to God, that is Murphy's Law right here. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. I'll pull that one and be like, oh, the fucking main chute didn't work. They'll pull the second one and be like, damn, the secondary chute didn't work. I'm like, you ain't got nobody else floating around out here with a spare chute they can bring? No,
You almost wish.
No. You got a guy on standby with 2 extras just floating beside us just in case? No. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Just that flag that says wah wah wah.
Right.
Yeah. There'll be somebody to float by and be like, that's fucking happening to you, dog. Like, the person to take the picture be like, yeah, well, let's go ahead and just like take these photos and maybe we'll just go live because, you know, we're not gonna be able to put these out after we hit the ground anyway. So
yeah, let's just go ahead and start uploading them on the blog.
Some Adobe After Effects.
See ya.
Right.
You have to clean your camera after the shot.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, I'm be wiping it off mid shot. Like, yeah, we got shit all over this camera right now. Let's go ahead.
All right, Rob, get the best selfie we can get. Let our family know.
Right.
Well, we got to thank our guests, you know, from Northwest Bail Bonds. We appreciate you guys coming out, sharing some of your experience. Love to have you back. Can't wait to get out there and get some fun stuff happening in the community with you
absolutely.
guys.
We definitely appreciate you inviting us out and, you know, allowing us to hang out with you guys.
Hell yeah, dude. So if you guys are interested in joining us for the after show, guys, you know you can find us over on Patreon, Kick, things like that. But we are going
It's not Paleo time?
It's not. I mean, if you want to bring it on the Paleoton, you could probably stream the podcast on a Paleoton.
On a Paleoton.
And get your jog on, you know, while you're out there just, you know.
But it is definitely our Patreon.
What is it, that fucking, the rowing thing?
Oh, the rowing machine. Dude, I definitely
know?
got to get me some of that going on because I haven't been out on the river too much lately. And I'll tell you, I don't want to even really get out there and get going because it's probably going to hurt.
What is it Redman said, dude? It was stroke, smoke, stroke, smoke, stroke.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how you do. You just, you know, you put a blunt right here. Just
well, he had the coach for crew. He sat there and had the coach, and the coach held it at that point. So every time he stroked back, he'd come up and he hit the blunt, and it was stroke.
Dude, I look like a fucking
smoke.
diesel engine out there, just
right. You're like,
rolling cold. Gotta get the antifreeze in, you know, just Indeed, yes.
No,
I got a beardelier. Like I got the beardelier that just.
You got to crank up the speed. We got to get rid of the joints. We got to bring in the dabs. Come on, let's go. We got to crank it in overdrive. Yeah, we could. You know, you just swap out a couple Dr. Dab or E-rigs real quick. You got the blunt, and then you just want to fucking turn on the NOS. You just crank over the fucking Dr. Dab or E-rig with some fucking Panama Red 100% sativa, and all of a sudden it's just like when Redman seen his mom in the sky, and it's just just gone.
And for everybody who's wanting to have a little bit of fun next weekend out there on the boat float, 61st annual boat float, starting out Livingston, Montana, floating all the way down to Columbus, Montana. There's going to be a street dance in Reed Point, always on Saturday night. So there's all kinds of fun and happenings out there. Going to be maybe some place to cruise around for some people who might be out on bail.
Oh yeah, or maybe they'll be calling us to get bail.
It could happen. I hear crazy things happen down in the boat float.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I'd love to experience it. Be like, hey, bail bonds, great way to advertise.
You know, honestly,
just vibing with them.
The boat float is
typically you see them get crazy.
Yeah, they're like, isn't that the chief?
You know, honestly, the boat float is typically a really, really good, excellent time. Most of the people are taking care of each other. It's a great community. I will tell you a fun story about this, and I gotta love this sheriff from Carbon County. Probably my first or second year on the boat float. I'm sitting there at the lunch stop where everybody stops. They sort of pull over beach party. I'm sitting there hitting on a joint, and I go to pass the joint, you know, like you normally do, because it's just boat float, you know, you share that shit. And this hand waves me off, and so I take another couple puffs, and I go like that, and the hand waves me off, and I take another couple puffs, and I go to hand it again, and all of a sudden it's like, no thanks, I'm on duty. and I look, and there's a fucking sheriff standing right there. I was just like, yeah.
You're like, I don't even smoke this shit.
Just like he's like, look, man, we're not.
It was almost like rush hour. It's like, what are they? He's like, cigarettes,
Right,
stick of weed. Like,
Where's
stick
this
of
come
weed.
from? Hey, I was bringing this.
Exactly. We're by glaucoma.
I was bringing this to you, officer. Like, I found that burning right
I'm
over
out of
there.
burning. I didn't want any forest fires to start. He's like, sir, we're surrounded by the river.
So yeah, but he was cool enough, and he was like, "Look, we're not out here to bust anybody's chops.
Right.
You be safe, and you have a great day." So even the sheriff's officers, the Fish, Wildlife, and Park, everybody's out there just to make sure people are safe, make sure that they're taking care of the recreation responsibly. If you pack your shit in, pack your shit out. Make
That's
sure
right.
you're not leaving it on the river.
That's right.
But other than that, have fun out there.
Oh yeah, definitely, guys. If you're out there drinking, drink responsibly. If you're smoking, smoke responsibly. If you're floating, float responsibly. Just take care of yourselves. Tragic accident not too long ago. A guy went under and is still missing to this day. I believe they're organizing some search efforts and things like that. If you're interested, definitely get in on that. Reach out to the family. Do whatever you can for those guys. It's always good to try to bring everybody home.
Absolutely.
So,
Give his family some closure.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that everyone is safe out there on boat float. We don't want to lose anybody. So
Wear your life vests.
Exactly.
Hey, and a lot of people try to show up out there with pool floats, stuff like that. I mean, float down the river with a lot of these pool toys and stuff like that. We've seen it year in and year out. Those things generally don't wind up being very successful. You wind up with a bunch of trash in the river and trying to hold on to somebody else's raft, to get down there. The other thing is sunscreen, people. Sunscreen, and water. You're out there drinking a lot, but I'll tell you what, water goes a long way. It'll keep you from getting dehydrated, keep you from getting too twisted at night. You'll be able to enjoy all that street dance without passing out at the party.
Right.
Oh yeah, drink responsibly. But on that note, guys, we are going to get out of here. We got to jump over to that after show for some of that exclusive content. So make sure you jump over to Kick or our Patreon. Fuck, man. See what you did? See what you did?
Patreon, guys.
Patreon.
It is a Patreon, but you're going to want to make sure you get over there and check us out, guys. As always, make sure you're hitting that like, follow, share. Tell your friends about the show. If you're interested in getting on, shoot us an email over at the 406 Budcast corporate@gmail.com. You are appreciated, and have a good night.
As always, stay lifted.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.